Hey guys, Little Space Freckles here, and I'm coming at you with a video on my role-playing pet peeves. Ooh la la! So, I had the idea to do this video from the Zodiac Lord, who made their own video on their channel. And just watching it, I was like, wow, a lot of this stuff is super true, and I really wanted to come in and put my own input in on the topic. So yeah, here we go with my role-playing pet peeves. So, the first role-play pet peeve I have is cookie cutter ships. So, cookie cutter ships are essentially two characters that are super perfect for each other. Like, too perfect for each other. Like, to the point where it's like, did you just create this character for the sole purpose of dating my character? Instances of these are when the characters just look way too similar. So I've had an instance of a character with like robotic limbs being approached by another character who also conveniently had robotic limbs, and now they're in a relationship with the robotic limbs. I've had cyborgs approached by other cyborgs that were just immediately made as soon as my cyborg character was made. I've had like a character in a set of three, so two boys and a girl are suddenly approached by another character in a set of three, two girls and a boy. That's way too convenient, and I don't like that. It seems very unnatural. It is very unnatural, and like on occasions it's okay to have characters where it's like, hey, wow, we're together and we're great. But it's like, it's really awkward when it's like they show up and it's like, hi there, we're perfect for your character. One instance that really stuck out to me because the whole entire scenario made no sense was a character that I had that was a hockey player and was approached by another character that was an ice skater, but the thing was she also controlled fire, and there was like no thing about, hey, I'm an ice skater, I also control fire, and like the way my body's made up, I am at like very high temperatures. Like there's nothing that like shows how she's able to ice skate without melting through the rink, and like there's nothing. But conveniently, she's an ice skater to my character's hockey player. And it's just like, this is a lot. This is a lot that's going on, and like it's kind of weird, and it doesn't seem natural. It seems pretty forced, to be honest. Like that whole 3-and-3 situation. Literally, my characters were like, "This is too convenient. I don't like it. No." Another pet peeve that I had was blasé responses and wet noodle writing. So this is essentially the role play equivalent to when you're sending a text message and it's a huge chunk of text and you're just like pouring your heart out into this text message, and they just respond with okay. Like not even okay, just okay. So this is like the role play version of that. And let me put a quick disclaimer here. If you're role playing and you don't necessarily need to respond with such a long amount of text given the context of the situation, like it's expected for you to just kind of come in with a quick like, oh yeah, cool, yeah. Then it's like, alright, great, fine, you're chill, you know? However, I've written long chunks of text with like a lot of dialogue going back and forth because my characters, they do like to banter with each other. I have like several sets of characters where they just like going back and forth at each other, and like there's a lot of foreshadowing, there's like mentions of stuff, they're talking about different characters and new people and stuff like that. And it's like there's plenty of opportunities for you and your character to latch on to something and really expand on that, so you too are a part of the role play. Because I'm role playing with you, so obviously everything that I'm sending is meant for you and your characters to respond to. So if I've given a lot of opportunities for you to really expand on this and like breathe some life into this story, it really sucks when you just kind of respond with, oh, wow. Or just like they're looking back and forth between the characters' banter, like, gee, I wonder what is going on. Or they're just like, my personal favorite, just ellipses, just dot dot dot, silence, okay? They're just kind of hanging out, they're just chilling while my characters are talking to each other. It's like you're just watching TV. And I'm like, why am I here, man? And it doesn't make the roleplay fun anymore because it just makes it seem like the other person doesn't want to be there. If the person's ever giving you a large piece of text and just like throwing you a ball and it's just like, hey man, just take this one thing and expand on it so we can really grow and add more depth to this story and your characters can really interact with my characters and meet my new characters and like we can segue into new situations. Don't slap the ball to the ground. It just makes everyone sad. So similar to that last pet peeve, the next pet peeve I have are lukewarm personalities. And this one can go like one or two ways. So there's the classic instance where you see an OC and they're really boring. Like a lot of things that happen to them, they just kind of go over their heads. It's not that they're clueless, but it's like, it's similar to what I was saying before when they're just like, oh wow, look at that thing that just happened. So they're not really questioning anything that's going on around them. They're not really interacting with their environment. They're just like there. And of course those are pretty boring because it's like, what are you going to do with them? How are you going to progress the storyline? There's really nowhere that you can go with these characters and you kind of just wish they'd go away. But another instance of lukewarm personalities that I've seen is when a character starts off with a really fired up personality that's really creative and interesting, and there's like a lot of ways that you can really bounce off of that character with, and it's so much fun to roleplay with that personality and that character. However, as the roleplay progresses, you might be roleplaying for a while, and when you get back to that character, the other person has either completely forgotten that character's personality, or just their personality has just really died down, and the character kind of turns into a zombie, just doing what every other bystander is doing, and it's just not as fun to roleplay with that character anymore. So definitely, if you're going to bring in an OC with a really creative personality, and of course all your OCs should have like these defining qualities about them, not just physically but with their personalities as well, that makes it so when that character interacts with another character, it's a different experience depending on what combination of characters you have. Another pet peeve, surprise surprise, zombie characters. Oh my god. Okay, there's an unwritten rule. You can only kill off a character and bring them back to life once. Unless it's like a thing. Unless it's a part of like the storyline. Like if it's like Kenny from South Park where he just dies all the time and comes back all the time, then there should be no reason why you are dying or almost dying just all the time, just to like create, I guess, drama. When you kill off a character, kill off the character. Bring them back maybe once, but don't bring back all your characters. Don't be like, that guy died and that guy died. Hey, but they came back and it's great. But it's like, but it's not great. The more you kill off characters, the less of an impact that it has to the story, the less of an emotional impact that it has. It's like, oh, this guy's dead again. Or, oh, you've killed off that guy too? Great. Unless it's something that drives the story, like in instances like you see Game of Thrones or like The Walking Dead, where it's like, oh, hey, somebody died again. Unless that's the style of roleplay, then don't keep killing off characters. And when you kill off those characters, don't bring them back. I think the last pet peeve that I have is when somebody takes too long to respond. And the Zodiac Lord actually had commented on this and was talking about their own side of the story. So I'm going to talk about what it's like to be on that other side, yeah? So, quick disclaimer. When a person takes too long to respond, I'm not pushy about it, like, at all. Actually, I've been told I'm not pushy enough about it, because a lot of people, they'll, like, forget to read, or, like, they'll be like, oh my god, I was typing, I meant to press send, but then I didn't. You should have reminded me. And I'm just like, bruh, I'm not gonna remind you. I'm gonna let you do your thing. Because it's like, if I have to remind you every single time to respond, it gets kind of tiring on my end as well. So usually if somebody doesn't respond, then I'll kind of just let the roleplay die. I think it's just the story moves at such a turtle speed when you finally get a response and it's like 7 to 10 days later. And this isn't like a full literate style roleplay where it's like there's a whole page of text that you've just received. It's more so like a little blurb. And it's usually like going back to my blase responses and wet noodle writing pet peeve. It's just like, just very dry text. And you're just like, I can't even progress the storyline with this. I waited a week to 10 days for this? What? But yeah, usually I won't poke another person and be like, hey, respond. I'll just be like, hey, you respond when you respond. But it's like, if you gonna take that long, give me something. But yeah, that was my role playing pet peeve. Make sure to check out the Zodiac Lords video to see their pet peeves. Leave a comment below on what are some pet peeves that you might have and that you have observed within the roleplay community. Keep it cool, keep it kosher. We're not here to flame anybody. It's all in good fun. So even if you do some of these things, this could be an opportunity for you to learn and grow. And it's not meant to pick on anybody, because at the end of the day, roleplay is just for fun. So there's no right or wrong way to roleplay. But these are just some things that I saw and I was like, kind of gets under my skin a little bit. But yeah, I'll catch you later. Yeah, bye.